and welcome to your private English tutoring explainer. I am so incredibly excited to have you here today. Our mission for this session is clear, and honestly, it's highly focused. We are going to completely master Unit 5 of Oxford Word Skills. By the end of this, you're going to be able to describe physical appearance absolutely perfectly. So whether you're prepping for a big exam or you just want to sound way more native in your everyday conversations, you are in exactly the right place. All right, so here's our game plan for today's session. First, we'll tackle male appearance vocabulary. Then, we'll move into a general appearance glossary. After that, we've got a crucial pause and practice phase. And finally, we'll wrap up with a step-by-step exercise review. Let's get right into it. Section 1, Male Appearance Vocabulary. Okay, as we kick things off, I really want you to tune your ear to pronunciation, not just the definitions. Sounding natural is all about putting the stress on the correct syllables. You know, what's really fascinating is how powerfully visual the English language can be. With just a handful of precise adjectives, we can instantly paint this vivid mental picture of a person's build, their face, and their overall physical state. It's just incredibly efficient. Let's break down our first block of words. So we have male for men and boys and female for women and girls. Pretty straightforward. Next, we have broad shoulders. Really emphasize that first syllable of the second word, broad shoulders. Then we've got well-built, which just means having a solid, strong body. A fantastic synonym you can use here is stocky. And finally, in good shape, or in bad shape, which describes your overall physical condition. Like if someone hits the gym every single day, they're definitely in good shape. Now, this brings us to a really crucial distinction. Let's compare skinny versus well-built. You might think skinny is always a compliment, right? Actually, grammatically and culturally, it often carries a kind of negative nuance. Skinny means very thin, but specifically not in an attractive way. On the flip side, well-built implies a solid, strong, healthy body. Knowing this little nuance will literally keep you from accidentally insulting someone. Moving right along to facial features. This is really going to build up your descriptive power. We have eyebrows, the hair above your eyes, then stubble, which is that short hair on a man's face when he hasn't shaved for a few days. But what about the exact opposite of that? Pay attention to the pronunciation here. Clean shaven. Notice that heavy stress right on clean. We also have a scar, which is a permanent mark from a cut. And finally, two direct opposites, dark-skinned versus pale-skinned, which is sometimes called light-skinned. To wrap up this male appearance section, let's talk about weight and hair. Plump means quite fat, but generally in a nice, rounded, pleasant way, while fattish also means quite fat, but is a bit more neutral. Now pay super close attention to hair loss. If a man currently has no hair, he's bald. But if the hair loss is happening right now, he is going bald or losing his hair. If it's just pulling back from his forehead, his hair is receding. Listen to that stress again. Receding. State versus process, that is an absolutely crucial grammatical distinction. You're doing fantastic so far, by the way. It's time to level up with some terms that apply to everyone. Section 2, General Appearance Glossary. The words we just covered were really specific to men's physical features, but these next terms, they apply broadly to both men's and women's overall looks. Think of this as your core, everyday toolkit for describing people. Let's define these core terms. Appearance is simply the way somebody looks. Now, figure is very specific. It refers only to the shape of a woman's body, so definitely don't use this one for a man. Next up is slim, which means thin in a really attractive way, literally the exact opposite of skinny from earlier. A great synonym to swap in is slender. And pretty means attractive and nice to look at. But remember, we typically reserve this word for girls or young women. Moving on to physical conditions, we've got pregnant. Listen to the stress, pregnant. A perfect, very natural synonym for this is to be expecting a baby. Then we have skin. Skin can be smooth, meaning completely flat and soft, and the direct opposite of that is rough. Finally, we have tanned, which means having brown skin after spending some time out in the sun. Okay, let's wrap up our instruction phase here. Hair doesn't just fall out. It can also go gray or go white as we age. If someone's appearance is carefully arranged, we call it neat or tidy. For vision, we have contact lenses, those tiny little plastic rounds you wear directly in your eyes. And finally, the verb phrase, to tell something. In this specific context, it doesn't mean speaking, it actually means to know or guess something. For example, you might say, wow, you can't tell she's nearly 60. Section 3, pause and practice. All right, students, we have officially finished the I do phase of our tutoring session. Now it is time for the you do phase. Honestly, this is where the real learning happens and all this new information actually gets cemented in your brain. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to pause this explainer right now. Seriously, grab a pen and some paper and test your brand new vocabulary by completing exercises 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7 on your own from the source material. Please don't skip this. Struggle with it just a little bit, write down your best answers, and then press play to review everything with me. Go ahead and hit pause now. Section 4, Step-by-Step Exercise Review. Hey, welcome back. If you actually took the time to do those exercises, give yourself a massive pat on the back. That is exactly how you master English. All right, let's enter the we do phase and review every single question step by step. So exercise 1 was all about finding those missing letters. Here are the correct spellings. For number 1, the E was missing in eyebrows. Number 2 is fattish, and look closely at that one. You need a double T there. Number 3 is scar with an R. Number 4, broad shoulders, was missing the A. Number 5, stubble, needed the T. Number 6, clean shaven, needed the N at the very end. And 7, in good shape, was missing the H. Make sure you check your spelling carefully. Let's move to exercise 2. We're deciding if words are similar, S, or different, D. Fattish and plump are similar. They both mean quite fat. Skinny and dark-skinned are completely different. One is about weight, the other is skin color. In good shape and in good condition are similar. But now look at go bald versus be bald. These are definitely different. Remember, going bald is the process of losing hair, while being bald means you already have no hair. Lastly, stocky and well-built are similar, both meaning strong and solid. Finishing up exercise 2 here. Dark-skinned and pale-skinned are different. They're literally exact opposites. Stubble and a scar are definitely different. One's facial hair, the other's a permanent mark. Pale-skinned and light-skinned are similar. They're just synonyms. Losing his hair and his hair is receding are similar, since both describe that process of going bald. And obviously male and female are different. Okay, in exercise 3, you had to complete questions about your family. This was testing your knowledge of natural word pairings, or collocations. Let's go through them. 1. Who's in good shape? 2. Who's going bald? 3. Who's clean-shaven? 4. Who's got broad shoulders? 5. Who's well-built? 6. Who's skinny? 7. Who's dark-skinned? And 8. Who's got a scar on their body? By learning these words in pairs, like always putting broad with shoulders, your spoken English is going to sound incredibly natural. All right, let's break down the logic for the true-false statements in exercise 6. Number 1, Contact lenses are the same as glasses. That's false. Glasses sit on your nose. Contacts go right inside your eyes. Number 2, skin can be rough or smooth. True. Number 3, a tallish person is very tall. False. That little suffix ish means quite or a little bit, not very. Number 4, a pregnant woman has just had a baby. False again. Pregnant means she is expecting the baby. She hasn't actually had it yet. Continuing with exercise 6. Number 5. You get tanned sitting in the sun. That is true. Number 6. Everyone has a good figure. False. Not everyone does. And remember our rule. We specifically use figure to describe a woman's body shape. Number 7. You usually use pretty to describe a man. False. We use that for girls or young women. For men, we'd say handsome or good-looking. Number 8. Your hair can go white or gray. True. Unfortunately, it happens to the best of us. Finally, let's solve exercise 7 using context clues. Step 1. Her hair has gone gray. Step 2. She's still very slim, so you can't tell she's expecting a baby. Step 4. My baby's skin is so smooth, but my hands are really rough. Notice how those opposites pair together. Step 5. She's got a beautiful figure. She's tall and slim. Step 6. You can tell she's been on holiday. She's got a lovely tan. Excellent work putting this glossary into full, usable sentences. You did an absolutely stellar job today. By systematically breaking down these vocabulary words and, more importantly, actively practicing them, you have dramatically improved your ability to describe physical appearance in English. So, my final provocative question to you is this. Which of these new descriptive words are you going to use in your very next English conversation? Go out there and try to compliment someone on being well-built or having a lovely tan. Keep practicing, stay enthusiastic, and I will see you in our next explainer.